In this video, we're going to focus on how we can use different date structures that we get maybe from our database and make it readable for Chart.js 4. So to do this, the first thing what we need is our boiler template, which you can find here on chartjs3.com getting started. Once you're on here, scroll down and copy this chunk of code and you're good to go. Next, if you want to get the source code of this video and many others, check out my Patreon page and of course join the Discord channel for any questions. All the links are in the description box. So let's start to work on it. And the first thing what I want to do is I want to add here, or at least underneath this JavaScript library link, the date adapter, because we're going to work with the dates. So what I'm going to say here on chartjs.org, click on ecosystem. I'm going to scroll down and we can look for the adapters. Click on that and then we can see here the heading of adapters and we can see here all the options. I'll just use here the date FNS, which requires us a single JavaScript file. I'm going to grab this specific file here with the datefns.bundle.minimize JavaScript file. Let's grab that. Then I'm going to put that in here, save that, refresh, and you see nothing happens, but it supports now the date setting. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to scroll down here. You can say here for the X scale. So what I will do in the X scale, I want to basically set here the type or adjust the type to the time object. And now once we did that, we can say here the time object and then assign the units. And in this case, I'll just do a very simple unit of quarter. So we have here the quarter. And if I save this right now, refresh, nothing happens. And let's see why. Probably I forgot a comma here on 93. All right. Save, refresh. And now this is the correct structure. We don't have any values yet because we have no dates. So Chart.js doesn't understand where to assign the date or what to draw. So what I'm going to do here, these labels are not necessary anymore. We're going to, or we might use them, but I will just use an X and Y scale here. So what I'm going to do in here, I want to have here a few items. We say here for the X, I'm going to put in a specific date. You could do it in here if you want. I'll just put it in here so it's one or the other. So yeah, I'll say here for the date, I'm going to say for the year 2024, then we just make it January. And then for the Y, we'll just put in here a value of 3, and I'm just going to put a comma and copy this 2 more times. 1 and 2. And we'll make sure that this one has a slight difference. There we are. So what I can do, because we have a quarter, we want to try different items. Let's say here 4, and this one will be 9. And if I save this, refresh, there you are. You can see here it will start to draw, but of course sometimes this doesn't really do a good job in it. So we could do another one maybe here just for the sake of it. I just don't understand exactly the reason why this is. Or maybe it needs to really hit the next year. Let's try that. Save, refresh. Alright, I'll just leave it for now. We can always figure that out in the future. Anyway, so now we have this, but you can imagine what would happen if your database has a different structure. What if your database is working with 01.01.2024? If I save this right now, you will see it will not put in this specific value. And if you're not sure, we can just hide all of them and just see if we get this one. You can see here, nothing works. So what we need to do here in this case is parse the time. Basically, we're going to get that data and convert it into a readable format. So we're going to teach JavaScript. This is the new readable format. Parsing, or to parse, means make something readable for. So we're going to make that readable for our JavaScript. So in here, in the unit or after the unit, we can just put in here parser. So we make it readable. And the new structure that we will have is, for example, the month. Then we say here the day, and month needs to be with capitalized M, and then dot year. Once we do this, we can save this, refresh, and there you are. And now it can read the item. Let's cross-check this by putting in another one. If this is month, we can say this will be March now. See if it will be March and not January. And as you can see here, the value, it is becoming March 1. Beautiful. And that's it.